Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Bowmaster619 here. It is a beautiful Wednesday afternoon, late afternoon, early evening. Welcome to my Rush Hour live stream. I think I messed up a little bit already simply because I put out that it was going to start at 4:30 rather than 4:25. But I figured, you know what? Might as well go ahead and get started before we actually get out into the hardcore rush hour traffic to where I'm not necessarily able to pay nearly as much attention as I should. And that's one thing I want to say right now. When you are operating a vehicle, make sure that you are always doing so safely and you are not distracted. Pardon me, I'm going to squeeze over now. And I see we have someone in the live stream. Welcome. And I'm sorry if the sun is blinding you just a little bit. I didn't plan that. Yeah, there's no way I can sit here with my arm like this the whole time. Daddy-daughter broadcasting. Nice to see ya. Well, thank you very much. Very nice to see you, and have fun with the rest of your workday. Thank you very much. Okay, well, today has already been... It makes a beautiful image. Well, today has already been a fairly productive day. I just got finished with work myself, actually. Just got done doing a fun massage event. I didn't bother to keep count of just how many we did. I know that 17 in total showed up today. We were supposed to have 33 show up, but only that many showed up, unfortunately. But, you know, what can you do about it, right? They were blaming me for the fact that nobody showed up. Well, that people didn't bother to show up, because I usually say... They'll say that we have a full roster before we go to an event. I'll say, well, that is if they all show up. And then they're blaming me when people don't show up. It's like, it doesn't matter if I say it or not. There's still going to be people that don't show up. That's just the way things go. You know, it's not like I can control when people show up. You know? If I had control of when people showed up, then I would be having people show up all the stinking time. You know, so that way we could actually be making some good time and making some good money. But I don't have control over that. Speaking of control, though, there is actually a very interesting post I saw on Facebook the other day. And it was regarding superpowers. I know this is a little off topic, but going with the whole idea of control and things that are out of your control, someone posted saying, if you wanted to have a really good superpower, why not have the power over probability? You know, at first you're kind of thinking, well, what exactly does that mean? Well, think about it. If there's a 0% probability that someone could drop, say, $1 million at your feet and you get to keep it, change that probability to 100%, and then boom, there you go. You suddenly got $1 million. You know, if you have 0% probability that, I don't know, I can't even think of a scenario right now. But point being, you know, let's say it's some kind of a possible scenario. Take care to you too, and you have a great night as well. Point being, if you have some kind of a crazy scenario that has 0% chance of actually working, and you change that probability to 100%, all of a sudden, boom, there it goes. You know, you could essentially make yourself the luckiest person on the planet. Which, hey, that sounds fairly good to me. You know, that's just an interesting one. So there's a question I'm going to go ahead and throw out there to anyone who happens to be watching later on. If you could have one superpower, what would it be and why? Yeah, that's always a fun one to bring into discussion is, you know, what would you choose? Why would you choose it? Things of that sort. Okay. You know, since I just got done with a massage event, why don't I go ahead and talk a little bit about massage? For anyone that... Oh. I know that sound. That's the sound of sirens. I have absolutely no idea where that's coming from, though. No, I don't hear it anymore. Anyway. Okay, hold on. There we go. Sorry, I needed to move that just a tad bit over so it wasn't as... Why did I hit that? I didn't mean to hit that. That was fun. I accidentally tapped the hazard lights button. Anyway, for those of you that don't know, I am a massage therapist. I have been since August of 2017. Excuse me, I got the hiccups. And part of the reason that I actually started this channel was so I could be doing educational videos in regards to massage therapy. Problem is, and I know a lot of people can relate to this, once you get out of school, that's where the real work really begins, you know? That's where it's the case of, okay, I got my education, I now am ready to get into this field that I have spent several hours of my life, as well as several $1,000s, more than likely. Now I need to start paying this crap off. And I'm sure a lot of you out there, just like me, know the frustration that comes with something like that. Because unfortunately in today's society, they don't want to hire someone unless they have experience. And that is one of the biggest damn peeves that I have with today. Is pretty much the same. They want someone that has 10 years experience with this, who's gone to school for this amount of time, who's only this amount of years old. It's like, you guys are wanting an impossibility here, you know? We want someone with 30 years experience who's only 20 years old and has been working at a job for over 10 years to begin with. What? Yeah, exactly. I don't know. All I know is that since I have started, I've applied at a few different massage places, and so far, they've all given me the same answer, except for the one I'm working at currently, which was basically the runaround. They had me come in for an interview, they had me do a demonstration massage. One place actually had me work a full day of doing massage, that I did get paid for. But then every one of them sent me a text later on when I said, all right, so when do I need to be there, or when do I start, or, you know, what did you think? They all sent me the same thing of, you don't have enough technical skill, you don't have enough experience, we're going in a different direction right now. It's like, why didn't you just tell me that before then? Why did you wait this long and then send it through a text? It's like a bad breakup with your friggin' high school sweetheart. But you know, it is what it is. But I am very happy with where I am working currently. You know, it's a bit of a drive. It's easily anywhere from an hour 15 to an hour and a half one way to go where I'm going. And right now, I am currently on my way back home. Wow, that thing needs a little bit of work there, pal. Jeez, jackass! I apologize, I don't mean to swear, but this guy in this F-150 literally just cut me off. He was about to take out the front end of my freaking car. Now you have an idea behind the thumbnail on this one. Oh boy. Alright, so. Okay, off of the nonsensical rambling I just did, just feeling how hot the phone is getting, I don't want it to get too hot. I've actually found a trick for that. I turn on the AC because there's a vent directly behind my phone, and I crank on the AC so that it's blowing directly onto the back of the phone. So that way, it gets a constant cooling without having to worry about it overheating itself. Because I've noticed that when I am live streaming or when I am doing watching a fair amount of YouTube or Netflix, especially with the screen on full brightness, which for situations like this you kind of have to so you can see just what you're doing, the phone gets extremely hot, and the last thing I want is for my phone to go and explode in my car. But anyway, finally, getting back to talking a little bit about massage. Now, I would like to know, how many of you out there have actually ever had a massage? How many of you have ever gotten any kind of a massage at all, whether that be chair massage, whether that be table massage? You know, have you had any kind of a professional massage, and how was it? You know, did the therapist communicate with you at all? Did you communicate with the therapist? If you did so, did they listen to you? You know, that's one thing that I've noticed a lot of clients that I have worked on, especially recently, they have had massage in the past. I've actually had quite a few that haven't had any massages at all. You know, table, chair, or otherwise. And I have had some that have never had chair massage. So it's always fun to educate them. But one thing that I've noticed is that those that have not had very good communication with the massage therapist they are working with. And that's what the key to good massage therapy is proper communication. And that goes both ways. That's not just for the massage therapist, that is also for the client to adhere to as well. Now, what I mean there is, if during the massage you feel that the therapist is giving you too much pressure, you need to tell them that, because they can't read your mind. They can read some of the body language that you're exhibiting, but they cannot read your mind. If you need them to back off because it is painful, it hurts, then tell them that. And if the therapist won't listen, get a different therapist. I can't tell you how many horror stories I've heard of people that have gone to get professional massages, and they didn't even ask for a deep tissue massage. They just wanted a nice, relaxing Swedish massage. And the therapist just started digging into them. And they either didn't say anything because they thought that's what it was supposed to be like, or if they did say something, the therapist wouldn't listen and wouldn't back off. You know, in that case, you seriously need to just say, okay, stop. Look, I've told you, lighten up on the pressure. This is too much pressure. And if they won't listen to you, tell them to leave and get you a new therapist, or just end the massage. I know it sucks, and depending on where you go, there might not be a refund, but if the therapist is not listening to you, that is not what you need. That is not good. And another thing that is very important is if they're not quite going deep enough, then let them know as well. You know, if you want them to have some pressure, for sure. Most importantly, you need to let them know if they're having enough pressure or not. And in regards to the therapist should be relaying to you, you know, on a scale of 1 to 10, how's that pressure feeling right now? You know, do you need me to go harder? Do you need me to lighten up? What do you need from me? And you need to relate to if you're the client, you need to relate to the therapist, oh, it's good right there, or could you lighten up a little bit? Could you give me a little more pressure? Something along those lines. And another thing that a lot of people don't know about is the fact that when it comes to pressure, It is 100% up to the client to decide what that is. You know, a lot of people seem to think that the therapist knows exactly what each client needs right off the bat without them having to say anything. You know, they'll say, oh, just give me as hard as you can. And you don't want that, you know? What you want on a scale of 1 to 10 is a 7.5 if you're doing deep pressure, or if you just want something that feels nice and deep, because 7.5 is what's known as the optimum therapy zone. That is pretty much the it hurts so good range. And with that, that's what you need to understand is if it's anything higher than 7.5, that is actually detrimental to the body. That is bad for the body. It will hurt you. Because that makes the body tense up. That makes the body block. And if your body is tensed up and you're just applying pressure over and over again, then that's going to lead to bruising, that's going to lead to tearing, that's going to lead to muscle strain. It's just not good. It doesn't matter if you sit there and say, oh, I can take the pain, give it to me. It doesn't matter. You need to have it at that 7.5 or you're just hurting yourself. Now, you can have it less than that, of course, obviously. There's nothing wrong with that. But in regards to any kind of deep pressure, any kind of really good therapeutic pressure, you need it at 7.5. And it is totally up to you, the client, to determine what that is. You need to relay that to the therapist. So there you go. There's a little bit of... Sometimes my mouth refuses to form the words I really wanted to say. But there you go, ladies and gentlemen. There's a little bit of information regarding massage and what you want. There needs to be proper communication between the therapist and the client. Now, I'm not saying necessarily for the therapist to be a complete chatty Cathy and not shut up during the entire massage. You know, I'm not saying that. But if the client is fairly talkative, then by all means, carry on a conversation with them. Don't be rude and ignore them or just give 1 or 2 answer remarks. What? 1 or 2 word remarks, answers. And in regards to the client, if you want to talk, that's fine. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. However, if you do not speak to the therapist, they're not going to know what you need. So remember, communication is key in massage. Okay, that was interesting. The comment suddenly popped up again out of nowhere. Oh, that's why. I just switched to some bad connection for a moment there. You know, this broadcast has been going on for it's been going on for 18 minutes and 23 seconds. So, and it's more or less kind of been a rambling live stream, but you know what? I've noticed that the live streams and the tasting videos seem to be getting the most views. So, I'll go ahead and keep doing those. But for now, I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this live stream here. Thank you, Daddy Daughter Broadcasting, for tuning in. And thank you to everyone else who's going to be tuning in post from this live stream. I hope you will enjoy it, and I hope you will suffer through the 19 plus minutes that this live stream is. And I hope I managed to give you a little more information regarding massage and what can lead to a good or bad massage. Communication. So, aside from that, thank you all so much for watching. Stay tuned in the future for more live streams. Leave comments down below to let me know what other subjects of massage you would like to hear about from me. I hope to get my Let's Learn About Massage series started very soon. I've got a lot of other stuff I need to get edited first, as well as I got a lot of stuff I need to get recorded. Either way, I hope you enjoyed watching. Thank you all so much for watching, and as always, Bowmaster619 out. I will see you in the next video. Take care.